The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Licking your own butt in public is not socially acceptable.
4, 3.
Apparently, licking your own butt in public is not socially acceptable.
I don't want that to play. Stop it.
Don't know Mike, I don't know what you're talking about. Hey everybody, he's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Trash, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout Radio Land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the Uganda Giants come on. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe that trash talking radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Sluneva Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. The Trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world famous taking the road warriors leading them. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Fight White All, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio.
All right, now I'm going to try this
and see if this
worked or not. Because I'm talking now.
And I'm going to put
my picture on the screen.
Because I'm a
glutton for punishment.
And I put
Doug's picture on the screen.
Because he's a glutton for punishment too. So let's see if we got anything. Now I can hear us. It seems to be okay. Oh, I'm hearing doubles. Okay, now I don't know why I'm hearing doubles. Okay. Except I'm on twice. Not really sure what that's all about. Wonder what would happen if I turned this one off. Okay, now am I hearing doubles? And I'm waiting to hear it. 1, 2. I feel like I'm on drugs or something. Oh, and I'm frozen. That's good. Okay, now I'm hearing me once. That's good. Now talk.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2.
I'm waiting for your voice to come up.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2.
30 seconds behind. Wonder if I can turn that one off. I got to hear you talking a couple times, and I'm going to turn this one off and see if it makes a difference. I think I got to keep that on. I don't know. All right. Well, we'll see if we can continue and see what happens. Just to get an idea if we're doing it right or not. I got to figure out what is wrong because I've not seen this problem. This is a new problem. Except I don't have you on. I am moving. Okay, I am moving up front. Okay, why aren't you on? Oh, I forgot to turn you on. Didn't mean to turn you on. There we go. Okay. I guess we're ready to try to do the real show now. So, since we didn't do much of it so far. All right, we did Hooters, so I can kill that one. Did we talk about this, about 2028 release for the cast of the 4-film Beatles project?
No.
I didn't think we did, but I didn't remember. They're going to have the Beatles, a documentary, I guess, on the Beatles that they're gonna, let me pull this article up. I found this interesting. It was in my business. It seems to be working now, so this is kind of interesting. Okay, Beatles biopic revealed 2028 release for all 4 Sam Mendes movies. So none of those guys look like the Beatles. If that's an ad. Okay, I was going to say if that's those guys that don't look like them at all. I didn't know there was an Asian in the Beatles, but I guess that's not them. Says here. Okay, so the films got Penn Mascal as Paul McCartney, Harron Dickinson as John Lennon, Joseph Quinn as George Harrison, and Barry Koenig. Coigan? I don't know.
Coigan.
As Ringo Starr. It could be an interesting thing. I mean, I was never a real big Beatles fan, but I realized the importance of them and how much they changed the music industry. And so I really think it would be a good idea to have them to do it. Yeah, we're back. I think we should be sounding a little bit better now, I hope. You tell me if we sound okay. Because I can't really tell. Because it sounds good in here, and then I hear it doesn't sound so good there. So anyway, I mean, you're a big Beatles fan.
Not really.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought you loved Here Comes the Sun.
Well, yeah, we're not going to go there. Yes. We'll leave that dead. No.
Check 1 2. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Check 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Now you should be able to hear me. I don't know what's going on that we're not getting the hear thing. Doug, talk just so I can check the levels. Yeah, you're not on at all.
Check.
Wait, go ahead.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Oh, okay.
Check
There's
1,
a
2.
delay with yours. Okay, so we're okay. All right, we got sound now. This is crazy. This is the weirdest thing I've had so far with the sound. Okay. Anyway, he's on this island. It says an American tourist was arrested for allegedly sneaking onto an isolated island in an attempt to meet a remote tribe untouched by American or by modern world, and leaving a coconut and a can of Diet Coke. Mikhail Polikov, a 24-year-old who has posted travel content on YouTube, snuck onto the restricted territory of North Sentinel Island, a part of India's Andaman Islands, to try and meet the Sentinelese people. Indian police told CBS there are believed to be 150 people on the island. No outsiders are allowed to travel within 3 miles of the island to protect the Sentinelese, an uncontacted indigenous tribe, to preserve their way of life and safeguard them from the outside diseases, according to the outlet. So they probably never had any kind of COVID or anything like that.
No vaccines.
Right.
No immunity for our diseases.
Yeah, that's kind of weird to think of, but yeah. He spent 5 minutes on the island before leaving the Diet Coke and coconut, collecting sand samples and recording a video before leaving. The chief noted. The Sentinelese made headlines 7 years ago, and there were no investigation into his death because of the Indian law prohibiting anyone from visiting the island. So that's just kind of weird to think about, that these people haven't had, they got to think that they're the only people in the world when you think about it, because they haven't seen anyone else. So I found that interesting.
Very interesting. I didn't know if there was anybody like that anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I figured there would be, because there are some tribes in Africa, I think, like that yet, that still haven't seen the white man. But I don't know, maybe. So, yeah. Did you know there's going to be another Naked Gun?
No.
Leslie Neeson is going to be the son of what was his name? I can't think of the guy's name. Whoever the guy that did Airplane.
Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, Leslie Nielsen. Okay, so Liam Neeson is going to be Leslie Nielsen's son, and I guess, if I'm not mistaken, Leslie Nielsen's dead. So it's going to be an interesting movie. It's going to come out next year, I think. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I was a big fan of the stupid comedy, so I'm looking forward to it. So that's coming out, and yeah, he's the son of Frank Drebin. He's going to be Frank Drebin Jr. So that'll be kind of neat. Okay. The top billionaires came out recently in a new list. I think we already talked about something like this. Who do you think the top 3 are in order?
Musk, number 1.
Yep.
Bezos, number 2. And I don't know who number 3 would be.
Okay, number 2 is Mark Zuckerberg, and number 3 is Jeff Bezos. I think number 4 is probably going to be the guy that owned. I got the list here. Hold on. Warren Buffett, I think, is probably going to be in the top. Let's see here. The top people are. Here we go. Of course, Elon. Then we got Zuckerberg. Then we have Bezos. Larry Ellison is up there. Buffett is number 6. Bernard Arnault and family is number 5. Oracle was the guy I was thinking of. Larry Ellison, not Buffett. Buffett's still up there, but you know, he's really not 1, 2, or 3 or 4. The rest of the people, other than number 11 and 12 and 13.
The U.S. has most of the billionaires, highest ranking billionaires.
Yeah. Well, the number 11 and 12 are Walmart kids. 2 of the Walmart kids. But even if you add both of theirs together, they still don't equal 1 or 2. they'd be in third if they were combining their money. But not bad. Gates is all the way down in 13. So, yeah, that's. But Gates was divorced now, so he's had to lose half his money. You know.
That's what happens.
Yep, but I don't know how he can live on that money. How can he live on $108 billion? You know. But.
Well, you know, some people have to suffer. So.
He's going to have to come up with a new thing that'll make us want to buy the new Windows, whatever it is. You know.
Instead of a yacht, he's got to have to sail around in a dinghy.
Yeah, that's it. His dinghy's probably a lot bigger than our dinghies would be if we had it, but that's beside the point. AI. OpenAI closes $40 billion funding round, the most ever raised for a private tech company, valuing ChatGPT at $300 billion. $300 billion. I don't even get up for under 301. It's crazy stuff. Yeah, here it is, private tech deal. But everybody's in on it. Everybody's looking at different things. I mean, that picture of the band is really from ChatGPT. That's where I got the. I told ChatGPT I wanted to take the stones from Easter Island, and I wanted to put them up in place of the presidents on Mount Rushmore. And the first time it did it with 4, I didn't tell it how many to do it. The second time it did it with 5, like I asked it to. So it was kind of cool. But that's the way of the world now, is ChatGPT. Yeah, I already said about. Oh, this is interesting. Judge rejects Johnson & Johnson's $10 billion settlement for their talcum-based baby powder. Now, Johnson & Johnson is not new to lawsuits. They were the ones that Pam and I sued. And they got the best lawyers they can get. And we were in a class action suit, and they didn't want to give us anything. So it was a bloodbath. So I'm happy to see them get in trouble again. I bet you those companies are in court all the time. All right, then
it's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if you ever watched that CTE movie that they put out, I guess it was probably around 2010. They figure out how much they put aside for lawsuits because they know there's going to be lawsuits, and they knew that people were suffering from CTE, but how much is it worth? Well, how much money can they make, and they put aside X amount for lawsuits, and as long as the lawsuit money is less than the whole amount of money, they're happy. So it just it's a shame that in this day and age that, you know, when we're worried about everybody else's business, that we can't think about trying to prevent things rather than how much are we going to have to pay because we know there's going to be something wrong, you know. It's just the way it is, I guess. Trump administration sued by 23 states and Washington, D.C. over the decision to rescind $11 billion in health funding. I don't know what... wait a minute, here we go. A coalition of 23 states and District of Columbia sued the Trump administration. The states suing Health and Human Services Department and Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says the money is used for a range of urgent public health needs, including tracking infectious diseases, giving access to vaccinations, improving emergency preparedness, providing mental health and substance abuses, and modernizing public health infrastructure. The HHS announced in March it would stop providing the funds which were allocated by Congress during the COVID-19 pandemic. The department argued the cuts were justified because the COVID-19 pandemic is over. That's funny because friends of mine are still getting COVID-19, but it's not nearly what it was back then. I don't know. I think they're just calling everything COVID-19 now. Oh, here we go. Maryland ICE admits to mistakenly deporting a Maryland man with protected legal status to an El Salvador prison. Says the U.S. is unable to bring him back. That would be kind of a weird mistake. Oh, we're sorry.
Yeah, and it's too bad because the guy should not have been deported.
Yeah,
he had protection.
Well,
from El Salvador gangs who prison that he's in.
Wow.
Why we can't get him back is beyond me. But
yeah, I don't know. It's weird to think about, you know, having to. I mean, us being citizens of the United States and all that, we would never really normally think about something like that. But yeah, kind of scary to think about. You know, once you're there, how do you get out? How do you get back out? So, somebody made a mistake. Then. Let's see here. Justice Department seeks death penalty for Luigi Mangione, charged with killing the healthcare CEO, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. That was just in December. I remember that. They should put him to death. I mean, there was no reason he should have killed that guy. He was seeking him out to kill him. So, what goes around comes around. He was 26. I just don't understand, you know? These people that go out there and just kill people, it's like they have no regard for life. So.
And the sick thing was there were a lot of liberals that were cheering it on.
Okay. That's
congratulating him.
Congratulate you?
congratulating him
Oh,
for doing
yeah.
it.
Well,
just like right-wingers would be congratulating somebody who knocked off a leftist.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot like if anything happened to Musk. How many people would cheer that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just wrong.
Sick.
It's wrong. Trump administration is going to freeze grants to Brown, set terms for Harvard. Reportedly planning to freeze $510 million in grants to Brown University over concerns of anti-Semitism on the campus, and following similar actions against other universities, including Columbia, Princeton. Meanwhile, Harvard University received a letter from the administration ordering it to adhere to set changes to maintain $9 billion in federal funding, including eliminating its diversity, equity, and inclusion program, which I think is probably a bad thing. I don't understand why we got to eliminate the inclusion thing. It's no wonder that
it's the E, it's the equity.
Oh,
that's the problem.
Okay.
Because what that means is they are being racist, prejudiced, bigoted towards white people.
Oh, okay.
See, they'll hire you because of your skin color, not because of merit.
Right. Yeah. It's been that way for a while, though.
So it's not diversity, it's not inclusion, it's just the equity. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yes, Liam Neeson is going to be the son. Yes, that's correct. Don't forget to talk about. Yes, I will. Okay. Also, it says here. Now, this is really strange. They're going to make a movie called Lavender Men, and it's exploring Abraham Lincoln's personal and queer legacy. I don't even know what to think about that. Lavender Men is set to hit select theaters May 2nd in Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, New York City from Pride Flicks. Lavelle Holder helmed the film and co-wrote the script with Roger Manson, who also stars in the movie that's based on Manson's stage play of the same name. Pete Plozek and Alex El Sola co-star. The project focuses on the stage manager Tafeta, who is feeling demoralized when working on a play about Lincoln and ends up in an elaborate daydream about the 16th president's supposed gay love affair that has been fodder for speculation. Apparently, there's rumors that he was gay.
Not by any reputable historian.
Well, I believe that too. I mean, but somebody says that's the case. I don't say it's the case, but
you could say that about anybody.
I mean, I don't care if if he was gay, that's fine.
And if he is, doesn't really matter.
So I thought it was an interesting thing to come out in theaters. So I don't know. I mean, I saw a movie where he was a vampire killer. Does that mean that's true? I mean, he may have killed vampires. But I don't know. I think it's kind of a weird premise. I mean, why would you even care? Why would you even come up with that premise? It's such a weird premise. Anyway, we have The Simpsons being renewed for the 40th season, extending the show's record as longest-running scripted primetime series. 40 years. That's crazy. I didn't even know it was still on the air. So that's funny. I think I watched it when I was younger, a lot younger, but I don't remember. I didn't even know it was still on the air. If you're a Simpsons fan, you can.
Well, evidently they have a big following.
Yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is, it's all adults that are watching it, so that's funny to me. Then we got TikTok has been given another deadline. I think it's been, let's see, TikTok, social video app TikTok faces a deadline to sell its business by tomorrow. Oh, that was probably yesterday when I got this, so it probably should have been done by now. Last minute bids were reported from last week from Amazon, mobile tech company AppLovin, AI search engine Perplexity, and several investors also reported offering bids, including investors like Mark Anderson and Oracle's Larry Ellison. YouTuber Mr. Beast is also reportedly in the mix. U.S. lawmakers passed a new law last April, upheld the Supreme Court in January, forcing TikTok to divest from U.S. business or be barred from U.S. app stores over national security concerns. I don't know. Trump said he would extend the delay if a sale hasn't been reached. I don't know why he's so pro that app.
Because he used TikTok to get elected.
Oh, okay. That would explain it.
So he is now pro TikTok. He just doesn't want the Chinese to own it. That's all.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want it banned. He wants it sold.
Yeah. Well, I guess, I mean, because someone else could make a similar app. So, I don't know. I never liked TikTok. I don't get, I mean, I enjoy a good dog video as much as anyone else, but I don't know. It's not something that's I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. The new Superman footage divides the internet. Up and arg. Footage of DC Studios' highly anticipated revival of Superman is dividing the fans of the iconic DC Comics character after a 5-minute clip from an upcoming film was released on Thursday. The video depicts a suffering Man of Steel being assisted by his dog and a squadron of robots. Thomas Hibbert, who writes that the online reaction has been pretty strong and apparently comes down from two factors. Do you want a strong Superman? Do you want a Superman who's more impervious and godlike, or one that's more human and vulnerable? Do you want a Superman movie that takes itself quite seriously, or one that's more comedic? That's a good question. I mean, the thing that made the Marvel movies good was they had a nice mixture of both. They were able to be serious and yet funny at the same time. And I think that's what people want. They don't want super serious all the way through. But I might be wrong about that. So, I don't know. That's what I would like if I were seeing it. I want a Superman that can make little jokes. Springsteen to release 7 lost albums. Like, he doesn't have enough music out there, and he's probably hurting because he's about ready to retire and, has to worry about his afterlife after music. Or not.
I don't think Springsteen has to worry about
life after music.
You don't think so? No, I think he has a penny or two to bank.
I don't know. I just think it's funny that Springsteen's still out there, and he's in his mid-70s, isn't he?
And he's still making music.
That's crazy. I like some of his stuff. Some of his stuff is really good. Some of his stuff is, okay. But, he's an East Coast boy, and still out there making money. I mean, he has 20 Grammy Awards, an Academy Award, a Tony Award, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. What else has he got to do? He's got nothing else. He doesn't have anything to do in his retirement. In his retirement, he's going to release more albums. Because he can do whatever he wants then. Not that he can't do whatever he wants now, but you know. Russell Brand has been charged with rape and sexual assault. I'm not real surprised about that. I don't know. I kind of find him like he's a guy that'll say whatever he wants to say, and he's a guy that will probably do whatever he wants to do, and he's not used to people calling him on the carpet about things. So, I don't know. I think this, you can't...
He's a different kind of guy.
Yes. Yes. He, I was doing some research on people that talk about how, well, like, when people try to back you in the corner and make you look like a bad guy, he was able to turn the tide on those people. And I learned how he does that, and I learned a little bit about how to turn the tide on people. I mean, I haven't had to use it because I'm not really someone that people attack, fortunately. But, you know, I just find that he's an interesting person. Okay, why is my camera? Oh, I don't want that. Okay, so there. Oh, now I went too far. Now, is that going to be... That's good. Okay. CinemaCon. Tom Cruise was there. He was paying tribute to Val Kilmer. And Val Kilmer apparently had a lot of people, a lot of friends in decent places. So that was interesting to see that. South Korea's Yoon removed. Did you hear about that?
No.
So,
yes,
yeah.
They removed the president.
Yeah, kicked out of his presidency. That kind of sucks. South Korea's highest court unanimously decided to impeach President Soon Yuk-yeol. I guess that's right. From office, ending 5 months of political uncertainty. And after Yoon's short, who was the guy that was in there before that was which side's the bad side, north or south?
North.
North. Oh, okay. North has
Kim
the wacko.
Jong-un.
Yes. Is he still alive?
Yeah, fat pudgy man still alive. He's still kicking.
I hadn't heard that name for a while, so I didn't know if he was still around. I was thinking he was him, but now that you mentioned his name, I realize that's not him. Tesla reports 336,681 vehicle deliveries in Q1, a 13% year-over-year drop. Shares still rise on reports of CEO Elon Musk could leave the role of Doge.
May 25th.
Yeah. I'm really counting the days to that because personally I don't like my stock being that low. My stock is I'm actually below cost now. So I'd like it to go back up to at least cost. Let's see here. Donald Trump social media company files paperwork to allow SEC to allow Trump Trust to sell $2 billion of Trump Media and Technology Group shares. I think Donald's probably hurting for money now. Sure he is. All right. Next, Minecraft. It was strikes gold, as the box office reported. Minecraft movie strikes gold with a record-shattering 163 million U.S. launch, 313 million globally. That is a great start for that movie. And it actually looks kind of fun. I actually would be interested in seeing what it is, seeing how they do it. That has that muscle-bound guy. Freaking A! I can't think of his name. It's him though. The box office blues have been banished in historic fashion. Warner Brothers, a Minecraft movie made with help from the Legendary Pictures, struck gold with the record-shattering 163 million opening domestically, with 150.7 million overseas, for a total of 313 million. That, to me, is unbelievable these days. I mean, there's been a long time since we've had something like that. Yep. And I actually was almost in a movie with this guy, which I can't think of his name. I can't believe I can't think of his name. Aquaman. So, but yeah, that would be an interesting thing to see what can stand up to that movie. And this time of year to have that movie go for that kind of money is actually really interesting. Let's see here. I can't think of his name, and I really am embarrassed that I can't think of his name, because I was almost in a movie with him. Okay. Now I'm going to have to look it up, because I'm going to drive myself crazy if I don't. Who is in the Minecraft movie? Jack Black's in it. Jack Black was on the Saturday Night Live last week as himself. Jason Momoa, of course. Yeah, anyway, I was almost in a movie with him. A couple years ago, they were filming a movie in Pittsburgh with him in it. And I was all set to go. They said they were going to, yeah, thank you. Christine just said Jason Momoa. Yes, that's the guy I couldn't think of for some reason. Anyway, they wanted background people, but they wanted cars. And I said, well, I have a Tesla. Would you be interested in that? And they said, yeah, they were interested in it. They were all set to let me go. They said, oh, by the way, what color is it? I said, red. They said, nope, you can't use it. They won't let you use a red car.
Why?
Because it stands out too much. They want black, white, silver, anything but red. So I had the one color that won't qualify. Sucks. Oh, Jennifer Coolidge is in that. She's in a lot of stuff lately. That's really cool. I like her. She was in White Lotus. I'm sure you don't watch White White Lotus, right? That's that's on HBO or whatever you want to call it, whatever they're called now. It's pretty bizarre, but I like it. They just wrapped up their third or fourth season, third season, I guess it was, this week. All right, so that's that. Trying to bang these out because we are way behind. All right. Oh, I think I'm just about finished with the. Yeah, I'm done with the entertainment. Okay, lastly, on the entertainment version, I had an assignment to watch.
And so did I.
How did you do?
I did The Who, and you did The Chosen.
Yeah, but how did you do? I mean, how did you do? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Which one?
Well, your assignment was The Who.
I thought that Roger Daltrey and Townsend made up at the end, but they were a great combination on stage and music, but personally,
that's true. And that's like Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin's going on tour again, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't.
It's hard to believe that those guys were the only remaining guys. I wonder if John Paul Jones is still alive. I think he did. No, that was the Who's died.
Moon.
Yeah, I'm no, he's not around. Well, now, I mean, Moon and what's his face both died around the same time. Both drummers. Is John Paul Jones. Bass for Led Zeppelin. Still alive. He is still alive. Huh. Wait, no, that's my question. Yes, he is still alive. Wow, I'm really surprised. I thought he died. No, I guess he's still around. Well, that'll make it even better because he just had so much influence in that band. I would pay to see that band. That's one band I would love to see. So, yeah, that would be a great one to see. I mean, The Who was one of my favorites when I was a kid. And it's just because of Daltrey's stage presence was so good and his voice was so powerful. And
yeah, and they also destroyed their equipment every set.
But that really did what it was supposed to do. It was to get them publicity, and that really worked.
Yeah, one thing I didn't know is there was pyrotechnics inside those speakers.
Yeah. That was a crazy band. I just.
It's a wonder they didn't burn down a venue or two along the way.
Yeah. Well, that's like Hendrix setting his guitar on fire. I mean, to me, that was really insane. Okay, so my job was to watch The Chosen. I hated it.
Yeah, why?
Because it was so confusing. I was so lost. Like, I was trying to figure out who these people were, and the only one I recognized was Mary Magdalene. And I don't know why I recognized that name, but she's the only one I recognized. It was okay. So if I were to write this, I would have written it differently. The problem was they jumped around without establishing the characters. I felt that was my biggest problem, was that I couldn't figure out who was doing what. And like the little tax kid, I mean, he looked like he barely got out of school, and I just couldn't understand. I mean, there was a lot for the first episode. I think they would have been better if they established who the characters were better than they did. I don't think they did a good job of establishing it, and that was the biggest problem I had with it.
To surprise you, I also hated it.
Really?
For the exact same reasons.
Well, that's good.
If you didn't know the Bible like I know the Bible, you'd have no idea who these people are.
And the only reason I got through it was Christine was there, and she was explaining who these people were. I mean, they took some liberties too, because they didn't use they didn't change the way it was supposed to be, but they added
background.
Yes, and so I didn't like the show.
You will find out that Matthew, the tax collector,
I didn't even know his name,
on the spectrum. He's on the spectrum in The Chosen.
Is he a real person?
Yes, he's a real person. He's in the Bible.
Okay.
What they're trying to do is show you, like he comes out of his house, he gets in the cart and puts a cover over him in the cart. He does that because he's hated so badly he cannot walk through town.
He's obnoxious. I want to see somebody get a hold of him. I mean,
a hated tax collector.
You see, the problem is that he was young and he was annoying as anything. It was just really annoying, and I had to have her tell me who he was supposed to be and why everyone hated him. And she said, "Well, that's because he's collecting all the taxes." And I thought, well, yeah, but is that believable?
And he has no pity. He has no sympathy for people that were late.
And now that I know that he was
charge
real,
onerous principal.
well, now that I know that he's real, it changes my view a little bit, because I thought, well, how realistic is that? Because he's really young to be doing a job like that. And she said, well, he hires people to be his bodyguards so that he doesn't get beat up and stuff like that. And I found that amusing. I didn't realize that was real. That was, that was a real
That's
person.
real. That's real. The lowest form of life in Judaism 2,000 years ago was a tax collector.
Okay.
It's like a child molester today.
Yeah.
It's that low on the totem pole.
Yeah. I just really was confused by the whole. I mean, I really tried to get it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick this out, but I really hate this show, and I thought, well, I'm gonna still try to figure it out, because I said I would, and I'm gonna watch another episode and figure out whatever I got to figure out. So I didn't like it also because it was on Amazon, or was it Amazon?
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason I was having problems with Amazon or something. I don't remember what it was. But there was something about it. But the thing is, I don't know enough about the real story to be able to dispute anything. And I found some of that, like I said, they jumped around a little bit too much for the first episode. I think they should have established those characters a little stronger. And I might have liked it a little better if it was written better. I didn't like the writing. But I understand. But we'll see. I mean, it may go to some other point that I could appreciate as I get through it. So, yeah, I'm going to watch another episode and see where it goes. I got nothing better to do.
Do you understand Mary Magdalene, that she was a prostitute?
I think so.
And had 7 demons.
I think Christine told me that. I didn't know why I knew her name. I was trying to figure out.
Well, because it's famous.
Yeah. I didn't think that I was thinking when they said Mary, I thought, oh, is that the Virgin Mary? Oh, and I irritated Christine because I said something about. Let me see if I can remember what it was. Oh, yeah, I know what I said now. I said, I don't know if I believe that, that Mary was a virgin when I said she probably wasn't a virgin, probably was keeping it hidden. And I think she was really upset.
Well, that's what Joseph, her husband, thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he thought she cheated on him or was raped.
See, now, that's okay. So, to me, it's not really as important as whether she is or isn't a virgin, because the story doesn't really change either way. If that is, to me, whether she is or isn't a virgin. And it's more believable if she isn't a virgin, because of reality as we know it. I know that we're not talking about reality we're talking about religion. So sometimes I guess it's like a magic trick. You got to just accept what you're seeing as fact. But to me, it's not important whether or not she was a virgin. It's not important to me whether or not the important things to me is that Jesus did live, Jesus did walk the earth, Jesus did do good things. That's what's important to me. And so I don't really care if she was a virgin or not. But I know there are a lot of people that do. But to me, it's not an important thing.
Don't say that to a Catholic.
I'll say that to anybody that comes in front of me that wants to.
Well, what I mean is that is huge to a Catholic that she was a virgin.
Yeah.
She, according to Catholicism, was a virgin her entire life and never had children.
Well, her husband wouldn't be really happy about that.
No, he wouldn't.
So I find that a little bit hard to believe, but I don't care. I don't care if she was a virgin or not. So it's not an important fact or fiction to me. To me, the things that are important are what you do, what you say, how you do it, how you say it. And those are the things that are really important to me. And why you do it, you know.
Wow. Okay, I'm interested in one other thing. How was the acting? What did you think of the acting?
It was okay. I got to see it more to really give you an answer on that. It's not. So I use Stellar Adler, which is the newest thing in Hollywood. Not that it's a new thing, but it's the newest, the big thing everybody uses now. And what that is that's, you don't really learn the dialogue, you learn the actions, and you make up your dialogue from the actions. In other words, you want to be as real as you can be. And one of the first rules is you've got to learn to forget. In other words, if I know you're going to shoot me in a scene, and I go into that scene knowing you're going to shoot me, or I go into that scene not knowing you're going to shoot me, it's two different actions. They're two different, because you're going to act, I'm not going to act like Bob while Bob says to do this. I'm going to act like what I would do in that situation. So I may not be exactly like that script. I'm getting harder, or getting a little more comfortable with it, because for the longest time I've done all the scripts that you've seen pretty much word for word, but now I'm starting to move outside my comfort zone and embrace the Stellar Adler, because I think the Stellar Adler is more real. So yeah, the bottom line is that the acting was okay. I didn't see it as the best acting in the world, but I didn't see it as the worst. I thought it was good acting. It wasn't great acting, it was good acting though. So I can't, there's nothing really bad about it. I think it was really good. I thought that it was a good thing. I want to make sure that we cover a couple things more before, unless you want to ask me more questions, or if I want to ask you more questions.
No.
There's a couple of things I wanted to cover. You know that they were talking about opening up TMI again.
Yes.
Well, may not be happening. Lawsuit filed against the county commissioners for illegally promoting the restart of TMI. Do you remember TMI? How scared we were about that? I'm not real happy about it, because I was scared. I thought we were going to die. I don't know that I want that to happen. I mean, it would help the economy, I guess, but at what cost?
Who wants it though? I forget.
It's for
Zuckerberg
Meta.
Wants
it's for
it?
Meta.
What? Meta,
yeah.
Zuckerberg, yeah. He wants to build a huge server farm.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I don't mind the huge server farm. I do mind the TMI thing. It's shut down for a reason. I don't think we should be tempting fate. We got out alive last time. So I'm not really sure how much I feel, or how I feel about that, because I'm not the only one that has concerns about that.
No, you're not the only one.
Yeah, I'm going to move out with you. if they open that up again, I may just have to go to Ohio. But yeah, I just found that interesting that they had that in the newspaper this week. Also, I found okay, that's Amazon reports reportedly submitted last minute bid for TikTok ahead of the Saturday deadline, but it hasn't obviously been approved. Also, there's a Baltimore doctor known for treating patients for free, receives support from those patients when he's unable to afford treatment for his cancer diagnosis. So here's a Baltimore doctor that did everything he could to make sure everybody was taken care of for years and years, and now he has, cancer and doesn't have the money.
Can't afford his own treatment.
There are patients there that are trying to help him out. So that's kind of sad that you would have to, there is one good thing about having social medicine, and that wouldn't happen. But this guy, affectionately known to his patients as Dr. Z, he's a 66-year-old private family practitioner who's not rich, or who is rich not in money. He says he's pretty much broke, but flush with job satisfaction. So I would love to see something good happen there. That was sad to see. There was what was the? Oh, yeah, I can use those for next week because those are all good things for next week. Some really strange stuff. I like to try to find videos that can be used anytime, and then I have some stuff that is more time sensitive. Let me see here I want to see if there's anything else that's time sensitive. I may not have to work too much for next week's show, because we've had a couple of issues like this happening, and we haven't had to go through a whole lot of stuff lately. So, what time is it? Oh, it is after 10. Let me see if there's anything that I want to talk about. How long do you want to go?
You can go. My wife's in bed. My dogs have been fed. I got it. They're not bugging me, so it's good.
Okay, well then I'll continue. 500 cases of measles reported across 20 states per the CDC. When was the last time we worried about measles? We had another kid die.
We had another unvaccinated 11-year-old die.
Wow.
3 measles-related deaths. Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy because I remember growing up, and I never had the measles when I grew up, but it's funny not funny, but funny, bizarre that, all of a sudden now we have measles in our life again. I thought measles were wiped out. I was really surprised that.
That's because everyone was vaccinated, and now we're starting to have people that are unvaccinated.
Yeah. That's crazy. Jeez. I don't know. I'm glad I'm not one of those people that are worried about that stuff. Utah becomes the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water. How do you feel about fluoride?
Well, my mother worked for the Dental Association. She was big in fluoride.
Okay.
Calgary, I believe it was Calgary, in Canada, stopped using fluoride years ago, and they had a cavity epidemic after about 8 to 10 years after fluoride stopped being in the water. People were getting cavities all over the place, and they went back to fluoride. So I kind of think we should keep fluoride in our water system.
I live in the middle of nowhere where I don't have to worry about fluoride. So we got a water purifier, though, that we got off Amazon. It was on sale, and it was like half price or whatever it was. And I started drinking water because I had a way to clean it. I have a filter, a whole house filter, but it's still really, I have a gauge that you can test your drinking water. And our water isn't that bad, but I will tell you that the water that goes through that machine tastes a lot better than all the water without that. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's see here. Submarine disaster. At least 6 people died and a number of others were injured in a submarine carrying dozens of tourists that sank off the Egypt's Red Sea coast yesterday. I don't know if that was yesterday or when it was, but it was a couple days.
It's been a couple days.
Because I got these, I don't remember when I put this article in. The region of the Red Sea, renowned for its coral reefs, the bottleneck-like geography has created a marine ecosystem where nearly 15% of corals, mollusks, and fishes in the sea are found nowhere else in the world. Officials believe the vessel may have lost pressure after inadvertently colliding with a reef, sinking to the seafloor about a half-mile off the coast. The operating company, Sinbad Resorts, claims to have have 2 of the 14 tourist submarines in the world. The accident marked the second major incident involving a seafaring vessel in Egypt in recent months. A boat sank in November during a sightseeing trip, leaving 11 people dead or missing, while others were trapped in the dark for more than a day waiting for a rescue team. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think I really... I'll look at the video. You guys can go look. You guys can find the fish and all that stuff and bring up the video, and I'll just look at that. That would make me happier. All right, let's see here. Then we got... Oh, this is interesting. Australian school learns that a boulder that they found is actually a dinosaur fossil. That's kind of cool. So there's the boulder, except it's not a boulder. That's actually a fossil. It's okay. Then we got. Oh, how about this? Have you ever done? This is kind of funny. You'll probably. I think you'll find it funny. If you go into Google, and you got to use Google Chrome for this to work. Okay.
I have Chrome.
Okay. So in Chrome, I want you to look up, just type in the word dog. Okay. And I'll do it too.
Dog.
Dog. So there's your dog. Okay. Uh-oh. Didn't work. May not have worked. Hold on here. Didn't work. Where's my... Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Don't make me look bad.
What's this supposed to do?
Wait. Got to figure out why it didn't work. Okay, try it again. D-O-G. It's not going to do it because I told it to do it, that I wanted it to. Why is it not finding it? Oh, there it is. Okay. See this down here? See this?
Hang on.
See this? The paw print? Right above the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we can't... Oh, there we go. See, you get a dog paw print. You can... Then you push it again.
Yeah.
You get a dog paw print. You can put dog paw prints all over your... You know... Anywhere on the screen. And you can do it with...
I don't have it.
Well, if you don't have Google Chrome,
I have Chrome.
it should come up with that little paw print. Same with dogs. You can put dog. You can put cat. Whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but when you put it in there, it'll have a little paw print. Then you can have it, and not only will it do the arm thing, but you probably couldn't hear it, but it's also making barking noises each time you're doing it. So I saw that on actually Facebook, and I started playing with it. I said, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And then when you're done with it, you hit there's a little X at the bottom. You hit the X, and the water comes through and cleans your screen back up of all the paw prints. Simple things amuse me sometimes. Okay. Then, let's see here. Boy calls cops after his mother ate his ice cream. Sometimes I wonder about people. After bad mom, a 4-year-old boy calls 911 after a bad mom eats his ice cream. Hey, it is stealing, I guess. I don't know. I just found that funny. Let's see. Delete this. Got to delete this. Oops. Okay. Then we got TSA finds a live turtle in a man's pants. That's not the first time that's been in the news, I'm sure. Could you imagine trying to escape, get a turtle across state lines? I swear, this one's going
to... not right.
I mean, there's turtles everywhere. Why would you have to have a turtle then? Just, I just think that it's funny that the things people will do. I mean... Oh, man. Let's see here. Then we got... where are we at here? That's the man with the turtle. Then it says here... Okay, we gotta keep scrolling here. Do you ever wonder why daylight savings time starts or begins at 2 a.m.?
I read once why, but I can't remember why.
I don't know why. I just, as the saying goes, spring forward, fall back. But why does the time change at 2 a.m.? We've all experienced the shift to and from daylight savings time. Unless you're my sister, then you're the same time all year because she refuses to change her clocks around. It's funny because, I forget that she doesn't do that, and my clocks automatically do it, and my computers automatically do it. So to me, it's even though I'm tired, I don't really realize that until she says, "Well, I didn't change it. Mine's the same all year." So. Anyway, it says in past decades we'd wake up to clocks running an hour behind or ahead, and we'd adjust them by hand to fit the new time. These days, the clocks we use most often, like those on our phones and computers, tend to automatically jump forward an hour in spring and fall back in autumn. You probably barely give the shift a thought beyond how it'll affect your sleep. But have you ever stopped to wonder why does the time change at 2 a.m.? And why were those specific dates chosen? So, on the second Sunday of March each year, shortly before the spring equinox, clocks are set forward 1 hour at 2 a.m. That kicks the daylight savings time, which aims to give people an opportunity to make better use of daylight while they're awake. By contrast, the clocks go back an hour the first Sunday of November every year. These rules have led to a popular and easy to remember saying, spring forward, fall back. The daylight savings time, also known as daylight time or summertime in the UK and other regions of Europe, was once proposed to the city of Paris in a satirical essay by Benjamin Franklin. Yes, Benjamin Franklin. Despite the daylight savings time concept resurfacing throughout the years, it didn't become law in the United States until 1918. While we're on the topic, an important note, it's daylight savings time, as in commonly but mistakenly said daylight savings time. Well, wait, It's daylight savings time, not as in commonly mistaken said daylight savings time. What? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, instead of don't do this to me. Don't screw it up. Okay. Instead of adjusting the clocks at midnight, as might be expected, we officially changed the time at 2 a.m. because of railroad schedules. Railroad schedules. I didn't know it was railroad schedule. When daylight savings time was introduced during World War One, it was one of the few times when there were no trains traveling on the tracks. Sunday morning at 2 a.m. when they would say when they would interrupt the least amount of train travel around the country. So that's why they chose 2 a.m. According to the online museum web exhibits, the 2 a.m. change was also convenient middle ground between midnight, when the changing the clocks would require the date switching back to the previous day, and later in the morning. The early shift workers and churchgoers might be affected. So that's why they chose 2 a.m. I don't know. I think it's outdated, and I don't think there's any reason to do it anymore. But that's me.
So what would you go to? Daylight saving or regular?
I think we would just pick one. I don't care which one. I just don't like my sleep schedule messed with. What's going on here? Oh, we're having problems where now the Facebook is screwing us up. And we just shut off again. Huh. Now we're back on. So, I don't know. I don't care which one we use. I think we should stick to one and stay there. So, anyway. All right. Since we're having issues with Facebook actually doing this, maybe it's time to call it.
Yeah, let's call it.
But I feel better because did it again. I feel better because we actually have fixed this for now. So if I have time, I'm hoping to have time later on this week. If I have time, I do want to try the other way of having you call in, see if how that works. And if that works, that's what we'll do, and you'll be even happier with that. So, Anyway, I will. I guess it's time to go. We're gonna say goodbye, and I will talk to you guys next week. And as always, the important thing is I need to hear this. I can't even hear it now. I don't like not hearing it. So I'll see you guys next week, and have a good week, and try not to do anything naughty.